So I just wanted to look at some of the individual symptoms of adopted child syndrome and how it affected me. And one of the ones I'm looking at, or just for this, is rejection. I've written a couple of things down which I just wanted to share. So first one was that when I was a kid, I remember I cried nearly every single night. I remember my adopted mum, coming into my room, and it must have been horrible for her because I remember she'd be in and she'd be like, "What's wrong?" And I would say, "Why wasn't I good enough for my mum?" And it must be, thinking about it now, must have been just broken her heart that all she wanted to be was my mum, and I was just obsessed with, why didn't my mum want me? Why wasn't I good enough? Why was I given away? What was wrong with me? And that was my mindset for a couple of decades. That was what made me. So that was horrible, and I ended up having like zero self-worth. And I just got obsessed with my whole not being good enough for my mum. I give myself like impossible standards as well. So it was never good enough. No matter what I did, I could be first, and it wasn't good enough. I could have the most successful business, not good enough. I could be the best, not good enough. No matter what I did, I was never good enough. I remember I heard a quote in a Marvel film where they said it was about Spider-Man. Iron Man didn't live up to, Tony Stark didn't live up to his own. Tony Stark could never live up to Tony Stark's standards, and it's kind of, that resonated with me massively, because I will never live up to my standards, no matter what I do, no matter what I achieve. It will never be possible, because I'm afraid, I think deep down, of the rejection again. If I ever met my mum, I wouldn't want her to reject me again. Once is enough. Something that changed, so it was when I had my own kids, and it changed massively. So I have my daughter, she just turned 4, and that changed my mindset a lot. It made me weirdly think less about my mum and more about my dad, which I'd never done before. But I think it's because I was then a dad, so it kind of made me think about him and who he was. And then I kind of came to the realization that he probably doesn't even know I exist. So I think, long story, but to cut it short, so my mum was, I think she was like 17 when she had me, and she got sent away from her family from a Catholic family in Brazil, and I think she had to have me in private. And like I said, I think it's almost impossible to find out who he is, because she might not even know who he is. So yeah, that's something that's changed a lot since I've had kids. And it was strange as a kid, because I had a lot of confidence, because I was very gifted in a lot of things, but I had no self-worth. So it was really strange to be like, I know I can win this. I know I've got the confidence to know that I can compete and I can be the best, but do I deserve it? No, I don't deserve anything. I deserve to be in pain. I deserve to be suffering. I deserve nothing nice. And that was how I thought for a long time. I still struggle with that a lot now. Why do I deserve something nice? I'm not good enough. And it's just, I'm stuck. No matter what I do, it's very difficult. It's a very difficult thing to change. So my advice on just this little thing of adopted child syndrome for anyone who has adopted kids or will adopt kids would just be, always remind them that they are good enough, and remind those kids that they're loved, they are good enough, and they are worth it, and they're beautiful, and they can do some good in the world, and they're a beautiful person inside out. And just I think, break that cycle of not feeling good enough, because that child is going to be asking themselves all the time, why wasn't I good enough? Mainly, why wasn't I good enough to stop you doing what you did to, either, if they were an alcoholic, so drink was more important than me, if they gave you away for like, because of, I'm assuming because my mum, like I said, was Catholic, it would be, so your family and your religion is more important than me, and it is that sort of thing. So just reinforce that they are more important than anything, and that they are amazing the way they are. So that would be my advice for rejection. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going through adoption. There's quite a few things, mental health things I want to go through, but that was just one of the symptoms from adopted child syndrome. So I hope that helps.